The streets of Atlanta were buzzing and the internet was on absolute fire. Last night, cameras caught young Jock moving way too wild at an after-hours spot. Music blasting, bottles everywhere, and women draped around him. Within minutes, shaky, clips started hitting TikTok and Twitter, and fans were already asking the one question, where's Kendra? She wasn't in the building, but she was watching. And when the footage reached her, she didn't scream, didn't throw shade. She dropped one cold, cutthroat message. I'm done. Just 2 words, but they shattered the entire love and hip-hop world. By 2 a.m., clips were everywhere. Jock dancing reckless, no wedding ring in sight, bottle in his hand, surrounded by women too close for comfort. Fans wasted no time, writing captions like, Jock acting like he ain't married. Twitter timelines flooded, TikTok edits remixed the footage with dramatic sound effects, and Instagram blogs stamped their watermarks, spreading the tea like wildfire. Witnesses swore Jock wasn't just partying, he was whispering in ears, buying drinks, moving like he was single again. And the wildest part? He wasn't hiding it. No disguise, no shame. He was smiling, throwing money in the air, living free. By sunrise, every gossip blog had the clips. Headlines screamed, Young Jock back on his old ways, and Kendra, come get your man. But the real explosion came at 8 a.m. when Kendra finally broke her silence. Her Instagram story appeared, plain black background, bold white letters, some lessons you don't need to learn twice. Minutes later, another slide. Respect is non-negotiable. I'm done. Those 3 words set the internet ablaze. Kendra Strong started trending before breakfast. TikTokers spliced together Jock's wild footage with Kendra's cold words, captioned with, Every woman has a breaking point. And then came the live. No glam, no filter. Kendra appeared raw, sitting in front of a white wall. Her voice cracked, but stayed firm as she told the world, I built a life with a man who swore his wild days were over. I believed him. I invested in that. But respect, you don't play with that. I've given grace too many times. I'm not doing it again. I'm done. The comments exploded instantly. Stay strong, queen. Leave him, sis. You deserve better. Fans poured hearts and prayers into the chat, while blogs clipped her words and labeled it the speech of the season. Her calm hit harder than any screaming match ever could. She didn't drag him. She didn't yell. She let silence and finality speak louder than chaos. And that's when the internet turned. Old clips of Jock resurfaced, scenes of him promising Kendra she'd never be embarrassed in these streets again. Fans captioned them. She warned him. He didn't listen. Suddenly, this wasn't just one wild night. It was a pattern. And Kendra's I'm done became more than a personal declaration. It turned into a rallying cry for women everywhere who'd been through the same. But while Kendra's power moment trended worldwide, Jock stayed silent. For nearly 2 days, he let the storm drag him through the mud. Clips of him partying kept circulating nonstop, and the longer he stayed quiet, the more guilty he looked, until finally, he went live. When young Jock finally spoke, he didn't post a Notes app apology or call a press conference. He went live from his car, hoodie up, jaw tight, eyes shifting between the screen and the windshield like he wanted to be anywhere else. Everybody think they know what's going on, he said, voice a mix of tired and defensive. Half of y'all weren't even there. You see a couple clips online and suddenly I'm the worst husband in the world. Stop it. Comments flooded the chat in seconds. Respect your wife. Why you still acting single? Others typed, ignore the noise, Jock. We got you. But the more he talked, the more it sounded like he was fighting the blogs, not fixing what mattered with Kendra. Clips from the live hit every page within minutes. Blogs cut the soundbite where young Jock said, we'll handle it privately, and fans pounced. Privately? Your entire life is on camera. A viral tweet read, If he cared about Kendra, he'd be talking to Kendra, not the internet. YouTube channels slowed the video to break down every blink, every sigh, calling it damage control. TikTok detective stitched his defense next to footage from the club and asked, "So this was just a good time?" It didn't help that his tone sounded more annoyed than remorseful. The internet smelled spin, not growth. Later, young Jock tried a softer route. He posted a smiling throwback of him and Kendra from happier days with a caption, "Through it. All, you're my queen, stronger than rumors." Some fans called it sweet, but most dragged it as performative. "Don't post old pictures," one comment said. "Respect her in real life." Behind the scenes, whispers grew louder. Insiders claimed Kendra had packed a bag and gone to her sister's for space. "She's hurt. She needs quiet," one source told a blog. Whether true or not, the narrative stuck because it felt real. In the court of public opinion, perception is evidence. Real-world fallout came fast. A men's grooming brand allegedly paused an endorsement conversation with young Jock, not wanting to be part of the noise. Meanwhile, a skincare line reportedly reached out to Kendra to represent resilience and grace under pressure. Fans laughed at the irony. Jock losing bags while Kendra gets them. Then came the receipts. Screenshots surfaced of messages supposedly from young Jock. "Had fun last night. Next time, just us." Nobody could verify them, but the damage didn't wait for confirmation. TikTok slowed the club footage, circling a woman in the background, like it was a crime doc. Who is she? Was he with her? Theories multiplied by the hour. Out in public, Kendra stayed composed. A brunch clip showed her in sunglasses, smiling politely when fans told her she deserved better. Someone asked about young Jock. She kept it simple. "I need peace right now." Those 5 words hit harder than an essay. The internet shifted, from jokes to empathy. "This isn't just TV," one comment read. "This is a woman protecting her peace." Other reality stars added fuel. Rashida posted a cryptic story. "Protect your marriage like you protect your money." Fans took it as shade. Carly Red dropped laughing emojis under a blog post and the comments exploded. Even artists outside the franchise chimed in. Respect is non-negotiable. Period. By midweek, the sides were set. Team Kendra amplified her strength and told their own stories of walking away from public disrespect. Team Jock argued, "It was a bad look but not a betrayal, just partying gone loud." Team Drama didn't care who was right, as long as the mess kept trending. Hashtags like Sauce Team Kendra, Jock Do Better, and Respect is Non-Negotiable flooded timelines. TMZ, BET, and every major blog ran segments. Producers noticed too. Sources say confessionals were being scheduled because chaos equals ratings, and this storyline was gold. But inside the noise, the quiet decisions mattered more. Kendra met with her circle. Her sister, a close friend, and one trusted advisor who'd been there before the ring and the cameras. They didn't push her either way. They asked her what peace looked like. No one mentioned revenge. No one mentioned optics. Just peace. That word kept echoing. Peace in her home. Peace on her phone. Peace in her voice when she sleeps. Kendra started writing boundaries in a notes app. No more public embarrassment, full transparency, couples therapy with consistency, social nights that come with check-ins, no cameras for the hard parts until trust returns. Not an ultimatum, standards. Meanwhile, young Jock tried to fix the optics and the relationship at the same time. He showed up to radio on time, kept the jokes light, and avoided the situation on air. Off air, he called. He texted, "I love you. I'm sorry you're hurt. Let me make it right." But apologies online don't move hearts offline. What Kendra wanted wasn't a caption or a live. It was a plan. He asked for dinner. She countered with therapy. He said yes. She said weekly, not when convenient. he said yes again. Growth starts with agreement, but it lives or dies in follow-through. The internet still spun its own story. Old love and hip-hop, Atlanta scenes popped up, young jock promising he'd never embarrass Kendra again. Kendra warning she couldn't survive another public hit. Fans stitched those moments side by side with this week's clips like a prophecy fulfilled. Some predicted a dramatic on-camera apology with roses and tears. Others said the papers were already printing. A few hoped for something quieter, two people choosing work over spectacle. But the city loves a show, and Atlanta was listening. Then came a new ripple. A reunion teaser leak. A short clip. Faces blurred, voices bleeped, hinted at cast members, choosing sides. A familiar voice said, "If you can't honor your house, don't build one." Another voice snapped back, "Don't act holy when your history ain't clean." The blogs had a field day guessing who said what. Fans begged Kendra not to let the reunion become her battlefield. "Protect your peace," they wrote. "You already won by choosing yourself." Behind closed doors, a different conversation began. Logistics, the unglamorous part of grown decisions. Passwords, calendars, social media boundaries, a shared account that needed new rules, a spare key that maybe needed to come off the ring. Not threats, framework. If there was going to be a path back, it had to be paved with accountability, not vibes. Kendra made it clear. If we rebuild, it's brick by brick. If we end, it's with dignity. The beauty and the ache of that sentence said everything. Young. Jock heard it. For once, he didn't joke. He didn't turn it into a bit. He went quiet in the right way. He called a therapist himself and booked the first 2 sessions before he sent the screenshot. He reached out to a married friend who'd survived public mistakes and asked, "How did you earn trust again?" He canceled a boys' night without being asked and told the group chat why. Small things most people never see. The kind that never trend. The kind that matter. Still, the internet is a living thing. It keeps score even when you try to reset the game. Every time young jock posted a flyer, the comments dragged him back to the club. Every time Kendra posted a calm selfie, the comments begged her to run. That's the tax of fame. Your pain becomes content, and people who love you end up shouting over people who don't even know you. Through it all, Kendra chose fewer words and longer pauses. Young jock chose fewer laughs and more listening. It wasn't a finale. It was the first honest episode. So what's next? 3 doors, same house. 1. Reconciliation. Not as a headline, but as a schedule. Therapy, boundaries, consistency, and respect that shows up before the cameras do. 2. Separation. Clean and quiet, with Kendra stepping into the light she earned, and young jock learning the hard lesson about public love and private choices. 3. More drama, because patterns don't vanish overnight, and temptation loves a familiar address. The truth is simple. The next chapter depends on what they do when nobody's filming, and maybe that's why this story hit so hard. Young Josie keeps saying he loves his wife. Kendra keeps saying she's done with disrespect. Somewhere between those two truths is a bridge. Hard to build, easy to burn. If he brings wood and nails instead of jokes and captions, maybe it stands. If she brings standards instead of silence, maybe it lasts. If not, then peace will be the prize she keeps, and growth will be the lesson he takes. For now, the world will keep refreshing, predicting, and picking sides. Producers will keep calling. Blogs will keep posting. But the real headline is quiet. 2 people deciding who they want to be when the music stops. Whether it ends with roses in a living room or keys on a counter, one thing is certain. The next move belongs to Kendra and young jock, not the timeline watching them.